What is going on, everybody? It's the Locker Room Rant Week 2 recap show. It's your boy, Tony. I'm here as always with my boy, John V, Nico, and two special guests today, Mo, the Buffalo Bills Sully, and Billy, the Cowboy Brontos. Say hello, everybody.
What's up, guys?
What's going on, guys?
Hello.
As always, if you're not subscribed yet, hit that button below, join the family, and hit like and show your boys some love. We're going to go through each game from this slate of games. We're going to start with the Thursday night game, which was the Giants and the Washington Redskins. I kind of want to keep this organized so we can kind of just I'll call on you and you can kind of just give your thoughts. So we don't start talking over each other. Let's start first with Nick. Did you watch the Giants and Redskins, and what do you think about that?
I didn't really watch it because I was watching the Browns game at the time.
What are you watching right now?
Right now I have the Ravens Chiefs game on.
I can't take that shit. That's already we're in the show and he's looking at his phone. Show some fucking professionalism. Jesus. John, did you watch the Giants, Reds, Washington?
Havoc, what's up, bro? You went MIA on us, homie. We were looking
Havoc's
for you, bro.
Back. Hey, shoot him the link. He's got to get on after that overtime win. We got to get Havoc on.
I'll get him. I'll take care of him.
John's going to shoot you the link, Havoc.
Go ahead, Tony. What were you asking me, bro?
Giants and Washington football team, 29-30. Washington football team wins. The Heineke is large and in charge over there in Washington. What'd you think about that game?
I mean, I didn't see it, so I really don't have anything on it, bro.
The fuck, guys?
What time was the game, bro? I was watching the Niners at 1.
No, this was Thursday night.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. What was I doing Thursday, bro? I worked. I came home. I caught the end of it, I think, bro. I didn't really see much. I really didn't see much.
So I was working. I'm sorry. I wasn't watching the Browns game. I was working Thursday night. I didn't really have a chance.
One is a genius, the other's insane.
I don't know who the fuck Pinky is and who the brain is between you fucking guys.
Both. So anyways, I was trying to keep tabs on it as much as I can. But the things that you're going to take away from it are the Giants are really, really bad. They're not good. Washington with Heineke in there is not that great. Saquon, I'm not willing to label him a bust just yet, but he hasn't done anything in his career to prove to me that he's some type of great running back. We got the better running back in that draft class by far.
Bill, give me some type of analyst here.
First of all, Heineke, how can you not say that he didn't show you anything?
Dude, I saw some of it, Tony. Go on, Bill.
I mean, the guy's a nobody, and here he is playing his ass off. How can you say that? I mean,
what did he show me? I mean, he didn't
not
play
Aaron
terrible.
Rodgers,
He didn't play terrible. He won, but like I said, I don't think Heineke is going to be the guy that's going to take you to the promised land.
No, I never.
How do you know?
I feel like they're much better with Fitzpatrick than they were Heineke.
How do you know?
Having Heineke takes them down a notch.
How do you know? He was making throws that most backups wouldn't fucking bother. I saw the game.
Okay.
You're just saying you're speculating. You should have said the same thing about Herbert last year then.
No, I did watch the highlight thing on YouTube. So I didn't get to watch the whole game, but I did watch the highlight thing on YouTube.
All right, here's the thing.
He played okay. But
my assessment is
I think the Giants are terrible.
I don't think that New York is sold on Daniel Jones. I think they're about as sure as Miami is with Tua. The only team I would have put up there with clarity on quarterback would have been like Jalen Hurts today. Showed me that he's doing great in Philly. And there was speculation. It was speculation that they weren't sold on Jalen Hurts.
What happened today?
Yeah.
Well, hold on. We'll get to that game.
Yeah.
We'll get to that game. Mo, did you watch the Washington football team?
I did. I watch all football. I tell you, there's three things I would say. First off, I love the Heineke story. I think it's amazing, and
That's good
just
for
like
football.
Bill mentioned, he's better than any backup right now. I love McKissick. McKissick, is it McKissick?
Kissick.
McKissick.
McKissick. Love him. He's I think he's gonna do well this year. I don't know what well means. Maybe second tier running back. And then I'm not gonna lie to you. I was watching the game because I started to watch the defense in one of my fantasy football teams. Probably worst decision I could have made. Them scoring 30 of them. So that's what I was watching.
No one mentioned Scary Terry, the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Scary Terry.
Scary Terry had a good game.
Scary Terry killed it.
Scary Terry killed it.
You're right. I forgot about him.
11 receptions. That's can't knock it. Antonio Gibson's kind of a letdown. I thought he would be a lot better this year. I mean, I guess it's only 2 games, so you can't really judge him fully, but he hasn't really done much. And not only that, he hasn't been getting the usage.
It's 2 games.
Yeah.
I get it.
You probably said the same thing about Derrick Henry last week, Nick. I mean, this happens every year.
But
Week 1, week 2.
you know Henry's going to get the usage. It's Gibson's just in 2 games he hasn't gotten the usage, and they're using a lot more backs than they did last year. Gibson was kind of like the main show last year when it came to backs.
Heineke almost blew that game. He had an interception. Oh, we got our boy Havoc on, causing havoc already. Look at him. Smoking cigs down there, buddy?
Where's he at?
He froze.
He's frozen. He's got some Wi-Fi issues. He'll be back. But yeah, I thought he was almost the zero and ended up the hero. He threw a pick late in the game that gave the Giants a chance to take the lead. Giants took the lead, got the ball back, and you would have thought, him being a young guy, a young quarterback in the league, he could have went either way. He could have came out and shit the bed, but he came out, drove them down the field, and set his team up for the victory and got the victory over the Giants. So I give props to Mr. Heineke and the Washington football team, and I think hopefully I had them winning that division, so hopefully they can right the ship with whatever's wrong down there and start winning some games. All right, after that boring-ass game, let's get to
Havoc. Do you go by the name Kyle Rhodes?
No.
Does he look like Kyle? Does he look like Kyle?
A little bit.
My first name's actually John.
I know. I saw it. I got you, bro.
your name. Your name is Havoc.
Yes.
All right, guys. Let's get to the Bengals and the Bears.
We are the Bears, shuffling through, shuffling on down, doing it for you.
So I'm at B-Dubs. I'm watching all the games. Everything's going haywire around me. I got fantasy players going everywhere, DraftKings shit going on. And I'm watching those Bears, and they're beating the shit out of the Bengals. And then all of a sudden, those Bengals start creeping back in. But it was too little too late. Joe Burrow couldn't bring them back all the way. I don't know if you guys saw this game at all, but he had 3 picks in a row. Mm-hmm. Listen to what I'm saying. 3 passes and 3 picks in a row. One was a pick 6. And Mr. Dalton got hurt, and it was Justin Fields' time.
Oh, put me in cold. I'm ready to play today.
Our sound effects are sick on this show. I don't know if you guys have been watching lately. The sound effects are sick. Havoc, did you get a chance to watch the Bears-Bengals, buddy?
No. I hope Fields played good because I was too busy watching to make sure the Colts lost. So.
Yeah, Fields. He didn't really. He didn't really show anything too good. He came in. I don't even think they scored once he came in, but he managed the game. I don't think they were really trying to push the ball too much. They had a nice lead How about you, Billy? Did you see this game?
I was going back and forth. I saw a little bit of it. When I heard about the Dalton injury, I did want to catch Fields, but I do have a little bit of Montgomery in a few leagues, so I was tuning in here and there. But I got to tell you, I think the Bears D is what this is all about, and they have talent, but they haven't really showed it over the past couple of years, and I think they're starting to come together. But the Bengals, I'm a Browns fan, obviously Cowboys fan, but I got to tell you, the Bengals have surrounded themselves with talent here. And, last week they snuck one out. This week they almost did again. So I think they're going to challenge that AFC North. I mean, I don't think they have a realistic chance of winning, but that division is going to be pretty strong. So low scoring game, but they got some talent with Higgins and Chase. But I think Chase's preseason story is kind of behind him now at this point, right? 2 pretty strong games.
Yeah,
but,
Chase is good.
Yeah. But overall, I think, for being a Bears-Bengals game, I was happy to tune in. It wasn't too shabby.
Damn, Bill, you sound like a ESPN columnist. That was a fucking.
He's like that Clayton dude.
What's that Clayton guy's first name?
The Jim Clayton.
John Clayton, isn't he a baseball? That's a baseball.
I don't know. He's that wormy-looking guy with the glasses.
The bald dude with glasses. Hey, how about you, Mo? Did you watch the Bears game at all?
To be honest with you, I turned it on when I saw Dalton got hurt just because I love to see Fields. I would love to see Fields take on and be the charge of that team. Obviously, I'm a Ohio State fan, so it does that's a little bit of bias, but he does have some.
I got to ask though, Tony, was it a real? I mean, I didn't catch the actual injury part, but as soon as I saw it, I figured, okay, it's something minor. They're just trying to get Fields in the game. So was it a legit?
I don't know what the.
No, it was a non-contact knee injury.
Dalton
you
was.
can see it.
The injury. Dalton was standing next to Matt Nagy like the whole game.
That's what I figured.
Charles Nagy. We call him Charles Nagy on this show.
Fucking Nick, you dick. He was doing such a good job, dude. You're
Charles Nagy. Charles Nagy kind of just want to get Fields in the game.
As soon as I saw that, that's the first thing I had in my mind. I was like, knee injury, huh?
How about you, John? Did you catch this?
I saw some of it, man. I just I mean, if the Niners are playing, bro, I'm not watching anything else at 1. But for the sake of the show, I just know that, Bears defense stepped up. They got 3 picks. What is it? They had like a fumble recovery, 4 forced. The hell did they do, bro? 4 sacks, some shit. I don't know, bro. The Bears bore me. I don't care about the Bears. I do care about Justin Fields, but for now, until we know what happened to Dalton, if it was an ACL or an MCL sprain, something along the lines, whatever is a non-contact knee injury usually isn't good. So,
Allen Robinson had a touchdown in that game, and I think the leading receiver for the Bears was that Mooney kid who everyone was talking up on the offseason and actually looked pretty solid out there. So probably the beginning of his year started today, and I think he's going to probably take off in the upcoming weeks. Did you catch this game, Nick?
I was keeping tabs on it during the 1 o'clock games. From all accounts, Dalton played a pretty good game before he left. I mean, it was 9 of 11. The Bears have a pretty decent defense that showed out in this one. They got an interception return. And, Bill's right. I don't think they're going to challenge in the AFC North. Certainly not this year, but they can in the years to come. They got a lot of good talent on that team. It's just they're young and they're going to make mistakes. So
getting rid of Kyle Fuller was probably their biggest mistake in the secondary.
It may have been that didn't really affect them this game.
This game was a bum game, bro.
Yeah, it was actually it was kind of defensive oriented a little bit. So
yeah, and if just to throw this out there, go ahead, Avic.
I will say one thing. Even if Field ends up starting the rest of the year, we can't judge him this year because they still have the NFC Adam Gase head coach, Matt Nagy.
Garbage.
Fucking garbage off.
He's garbage.
Garbage.
Charles Nagy's the worst coach.
He's got a bad O-line, and his concepts take
He's a hell of a
His-
pitcher, but a terrible coach.
His receiving concept, his route running concepts, it takes too long for the receivers to get open, and their line's not that good. It's just asking for trouble.
I agree, dude.
Damn.
But I
Havoc
mean-
bringing
but I mean-
Havoc bringing the heat.
But I mean, you had to see this. This started with Nick Foles, right? I mean, like you could see that Nick Foles was a relatively good quarterback, right? We're
I
not
think it
talking
started
about
with-
elite.
Started with
What-
Trubisky.
No. I'm saying like the downfall. Yes, they drafted Trubisky. Trubisky got benched for Foles. Foles didn't succeed in that system, right? Then they bring on Andy Dalton. Dalton struggles, right? And then Fields comes in. It's what, 60 yards?
Yeah,
Just a few passes and a pick. So, I mean, it's 4 quarterbacks. Let's say 3. Let's take Fields out of the we'll take him out of the comparison. But you got 3 quarterbacks that could not make not a bit of consistency in his system. None of his schemes work for any of them. What are the odds?
I don't know, but maybe they should
I
start
mean,
handing
Nick
the
Foles
ball
was
off
yelling
to
at
Montgomery.
yelling at him
Yeah,
last
that'd
season.
be a good start.
They're also introducing Cordero Patterson in the run game.
Nope, that's the Falcons, but
Yeah,
we'll get there later.
Right.
And that'll
Did
do
you
it.
find out already?
Oh,
It's sad.
my God.
It's
No,
sad because. Go ahead.
Did you guys see last season? Nick Foles was literally on the sideline yelling at Nagy, like, there's not enough time for the receivers to get open on these routes. It's like, I don't have
Yes.
enough time.
That guy sucks.
Yeah.
Nick, I'm bringing you back in early just because we're getting to the Browns next.
All right,
You
I
son of a
deserve
bitch.
that.
Oh, you fucking.
Oh, Nick.
All right, hold on. You son of a bitch.
Your feet and let the games begin.
All right, go ahead.
God,
Let's.
damn. dude.
Here's the thing. Did they play great today? No, they didn't play great, but they beat a team they should have beat. I told you this earlier when we were talking on the phone. I think I may have to apologize to the Houston Texans. They may be better than we think they are. They crushed the Jags last week, which, granted, the Jags suck, and they're probably the worst team in the league, but they crushed them, and they took us at home fairly. They played us fairly tough. We started off slow. I don't think we really had our game plan in full effect. Listen, we're a run team. I think they tried to be a little cute at the start of the game. Once they figured it out, once they were like run with Chubb and Hunt, I think they pretty much had the game in the bag. That being said, the defense is kind of scary. I know they were missing a couple guys today, and I know we didn't have our nearly our full receiving core out there either. But our offense didn't really seem to miss a beat. Our defense is a little suspect. We need to start retooling a couple things. We need to start making preparations for the next game with that.
Tell you what, every pass I saw from Baker went to a tight end or a running back.
Well,
Like, did he even?
No receivers. They were all
You know,
gone.
Landry was out. Beckham didn't play. Higgins, I think, caught one pass.
Yeah.
Peoples Jones, I didn't see him at all.
I think
Schwartz.
Schwartz really quit on a pass earlier in the game that led to an interception.
Yeah, he would have got lit the fuck up too. But
But
that's still,
you got to make
that's
you can
still-
make that catch.
yeah, you still go up and try to make that catch because that interception wasn't on Baker.
No.
But
you're going to have that when you have rookie receivers, especially ones that aren't really known for their route running abilities. You're going to have plays like that. He'll learn from that, hopefully. And was it exactly what I wanted to see out of the Browns? No, but was I disappointed? Nah, they won by 10 points. They won pretty handily.
But do you think it would have been different if Tyrod was in them?
It
Yeah,
may have, may not have. I think Davis
Don't
Mills.
fucking make excuses, bro. It would have been a different game with
'cause I
Tyrod
think-
in the game.
I think Davis Mills was a little shaky on his first drive, but after that, I think Davis Mills actually had a pretty decent game.
I'll tell you what,
You
I think Tyrod had that offense going, moving
He did bro.
last week.
Yeah,
He's in rhythm.
I've been a defender of Tyrod. I told them a couple weeks ago when they said maybe Houston should go after Cam Newton. I was like, hell no, he's probably not better than Tyrod.
Yeah, I think that game's different.
I think it would have been. I think so too. I think it would have been a
agree.
lot closer. I don't know if they would have won, but I think it would have been a lot closer. What do you think, Billy?
So I'll start with the Texans. I mean, I completely agree. Tyrod in there. I mean, it was scary the first half. I was a little nervous, but it's a different game in the end. I still have confidence that the Browns would have won that game, but all preseason long, all you heard was the Texans may not win a game. They're horrible. And I mean, I don't know why people thought Jacksonville was going to do anything, but we'll get to that during that game. But going over to the Browns, I mean, what Nick said about the defense, I don't know who was out. I don't recall anybody being out except for
Anthony Walker was out.
Okay, so but I mean, we have all the talent we need, and we can't get around the screen pass. We can't get around the short, quick passes. Our two studs were, I think Myles Garrett had maybe one tackle if he was lucky. The defense is kind of disappointing. I'm happy that they won. I think this game went downhill. Jarvis Landry first catch. After that, his knee or whatever it was, and there was not a single receiver to be found. Luckily, he can rely on Hooper. But I was surprised with Kareem Hunt. I think he had one catch. I don't know where that game went, but luckily we have two of the best backs in the league, and they absolutely dominated as they usually do.
Demetric Felton looked really good out there.
That was great. I love that play. He did excellent filling in.
I've said this, and I'll say it till the day I die. I don't like the defense that the Browns run. I don't see a reason why they can't put pressure on the quarterback. I don't see a reason why they don't blitz. The Steelers always blitz, and their defenses are always good.
Well, that's because you're dumb enough to have Clowney still in the game. You can't get any pressure anymore on quarterbacks. He'll stop the run, but he can't get pressure on quarterbacks.
Well, that's fine, but you can't just rely on your front four to rush the quarterback.
Havoc fucking hates Clowney, boy. Clowney did him dirty over there in Tennessee.
I think he's a good run stopper, but he wants way too much money for somebody who's supposed to be a pass rusher, and he's not anymore.
Dude, I think they got a bargain. I think the Browns offered them more money
this year.
I think they offered him more money last year.
Oh hell yeah, we offered him
and he passed on it.
How much did you guys pay him?
I want to say it was like $9 million.
No, that's what I think it was, like 1 year, 9
We got him
million,
for 12, but it was really 10.
Really? I thought you guys paid more for him. I thought you guys paid like 14 for him last year.
We paid 12, but technically he only made 10 because he never met his bonuses. It was like 12 with the incentives.
Okay.
Look at Havoc going inside Clowney's bank. He's got Clowney's PIN number and shit.
Nick, do you want to answer Izzy's question about the tackle?
It was Malik. It was the Michigan State guy.
Why was he out?
He got hurt. I don't exactly know what happened to him, but he got hurt during the game at some point in time. And I don't even. To be completely honest, I don't even know if he came back in the game. Didn't seem like it was anything serious. So,
what?
Didn't Baker get hurt too and come back? Or something like that?
Yeah. He went.
He didn't miss any plays though.
Yeah,
he got something was dislocated, bro, and he came right back. Dude didn't even miss a beat.
Yeah, he went to on that interception that he threw that he was throwing to Schwartz. That Schwartz kind of gave up on the route. He actually made the tackle on the guy that intercepted the pass, and he kind of jarred his shoulder up a little bit, went out, but then just came right back in.
All right, I'm done talking about the shitty Browns. Let's talk about let's get to the Rams and the Colts. Go ahead, Havoc.
Well, I had three things about that game. Is that I think if Tyrod Taylor hadn't got hurt, that game would have been much closer. The Browns defense was a little weird. Yes, I agree with Nick on that. And the third thing is that everyone always overreacts to week one. And in the NFL, will correct itself. Always has crazy regression, and that's exactly what happened this week.
I agree with that. A lot of weird stuff happened week 1 that we were kind of surprised at, and then they seem to come back down to earth on week 2. So there's some truth to that.
But I don't think the Texans are that good. I think you guys play down because you guys still do that. I mean, hell, I'm a Titans fan. We do that too.
Yeah, I think people are gearing up to play the Browns now, so they're going to throw their
because mobile quarterbacks, the Browns are not structured to chase them down. You guys struggle to chase down mobile quarterback, and the secondary didn't step up.
We're built for mobile quarterbacks. That's what.
No, you're not.
That's what we built our defense on.
You're not built
now.
for
We
it.
weren't before.
I mean,
Yeah.
did you guys sack Tyrod in a scramble?
Nah, I don't know.
I believe that's how he was destroying you. What do you mean you don't know?
But we were built to stop mobile quarterbacks. We got
No, you were built to stop Lamar Jackson, who can't throw outside the numbers to save his life.
I mean,
Yeah, well,
nobody's stopping
that's-
Lamar Jackson.
He's the main mobile quarterback in our division, but
Not
we were also built to kind of stop. I mean, not stop, but contain Mahomes. Which
I didn't get to
we
watch
did
all the
somewhat.
game. I didn't get to watch all the game, but was most of Tyrod's passes towards the outside or the middle? Because
No,
that's
Tyrod. They incorporated a short passing game. It was very quick release. That's why
That's
Garrett's
exactly what you can't
numbers.
stop.
That's why Garrett's numbers weren't off the chain, because honestly there was really no time. Tyrod would get the ball in his hands and be out in like a second or two.
Yeah, but I cannot
So-
tell you, I don't think anybody's gearing up to play the Browns anytime because they have Baker Mayfield. If Baker Mayfield does Baker Mayfield things, which is picks, they're always going to be in, and they're always going to. The other teams are always going to have the opportunity to be in the game. That's just my personal opinion.
The Browns are among the top 3 rosters in the league, and people
That's
know it
on paper. Yes, on paper. Congratulations.
on paper and in practice.
All right, let's get over to the Rams and Colts, which I think out of the 1:00 games was probably the most entertaining game of the 1:00 slate. You got the Rams 27, Colts 24. Your boy over here had Cooper Kupp in almost every fantasy league, and he had himself a day. I think the Colts showed they can hang in there with the big boys. I don't think Jonathan Taylor did shit today, but Michael Pittman had a good game. Carson Wentz, did all right. I think Cooper Kupp stole the show. I think the big takeaway was the Darrell Henderson injury. I don't know if you guys saw that, but it looked like he had, and I'm no doctor, he looked like he had like a shoulder injury or something like that, but he left the game, and that kind of sucks because I have him in a few fantasy leagues as well. But John, did you catch that game?
No, I did not catch it. Did not see the Rams today.
Should I just stop asking if you caught anything else besides the
I was
49ers?
working today,
What a
bro.
flag
I watched
game.
the Niners game and then I went to work. I caught the Dallas. I saw the Dallas game and I caught the Seattle game. I'll let you know. Those are the games that I can talk to you about.
All right.
I mean,
how
I
about-
have some questions to ask you if you saw the Rams Colts game, though.
Ask questions. Buddy.
Okay, because the Rams are a division rival, so I want to know, how did Stafford look today, and how did you notice? How was the defense? Did they play more like a cover 3? Were they stacking the box against the Colts? I mean, I just need to know this because I want to know how they're going to come
John's
out
got to
against
call
us.
Shanahan and tell him.
McVay's like an off brand of Shanahan. He's like the generic version.
So I thought their offense looked kind of stagnant at times. I know Stafford threw an interception. The Colts defense stepped up to the challenge, except for the Cooper Kupp. He went nuts. As far as the Rams defense, I thought Carson Wentz did a good job against them. They got to him a few
Carson Wentz
times.
got hurt, right? He got hurt.
I didn't see the injury
Towards the end, I
to
think he got
Wentz.
hurt. I can't remember.
He didn't finish the game. He didn't finish the game.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
really?
I
thought
think he
I saw
re-hurt his
something.
foot or something.
Mhm.
Great.
He couldn't
They
play
rushed
the
him
last
back
two
this year
series.
anyway, bro. I think they rushed him back. No, Havoc? You think they rushed him back prematurely?
I mean, probably. Honestly, like I was watching that game, and I honestly think the Rams could have like handily won that game. I think McVay needs to yell the defensive coordinator because the only person giving Sam Darnold or Aaron Donald trouble was Quentin Nelson, but he was blowing the plays up every time he lined up on the other side, and I was like, why didn't they just keep doing that in the second half?
They didn't move him around.
They did, but they didn't move. I think they should have kept him on the opposite side of Nelson because he was blowing it up every time he was on that side.
Yeah, it looked like the Colts were going to run away with it at one point in time. I mean,
You mean the Rams?
It looked like the Rams were going to run away with it at one point in time. And then the Colts, all of a sudden, don't shake your head. We're talking about a lot of stuff here. We're going to have some mistakes, okay? Better deal with that. No, it looked like the Rams were going to run away with it, and then at some point in time, the Colts just decided, yeah, this game ain't over. And they made it a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. I thought the Rams were going to run away with this when I picked them.
I thought the Rams were going to run away with it until I saw Cordero Patterson playing for the Colts.
He's everywhere.
He's everywhere.
Cordero Patterson's everywhere.
He played the 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and the 8 o'clock game.
All right, let's get go ahead, Havoc.
I don't like the Colts, but I give Frank Reich a lot of credit. He's really good at second half adjustments.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
that's a good take.
Great.
I mean, here's the thing. I just wanted to know how Aaron Donald was. Did he get pressure on? Did he get a lot of pressures? You know, the only way that I know to avoid, you know, any conflict with Donald is to just your release has to be mad quick. You know, short passes, the line of scrimmage, just dink and dunk. This is the only way to keep that dude at bay.
I mean,
Listen, John,
Nelson
we're
held him
not-
up at least 5 times.
Yeah.
John, we're not going to do your scouting for you. Okay? We don't want any tampering shit going on right now. You hear me?
Yes, dude. I got you, man.
All right.
Which one's next on the docket, bro?
We got
This game.
One thing I wanted to add, Sean, about the Rams real quick. So Matt Stafford's been in the league how long now? And he's finally with a good coach. And the only talent he's ever had is Megatron, right? And now here we are 2 weeks in, and the guy's dominating, as you could see by what he's found a new friend in Cooper Kupp. But I'm excited to see what that dude's going to do this year, and he's gonna take them places. I really believe it.
Is he really dominating though? Did he do anything?
Fuck yes, he is, dude.
Did
Nick,
he do anything that Jared Goff wouldn't have done? Like Jared Goff.
Let me tell you something about
Absolutely.
Jared Goff. Jared Goff overthrew Cooper Kupp pretty much every time the Niners ever played him. I don't watch a lot of Jared Goff other than the fact that he gets rattled and he overthrows his receivers. And he did that last
also
week.
week 2 though. It's also
I mean,
2 weeks
Yeah,
in.
which means Stafford is going to get better in this system. This is a good system.
I don't think
sometimes it's a single read system. That's why he probably favors Cooper Kupp.
I don't think beating the Bears and narrowly beating the Colts is what I would consider dominating. I mean, I like.
I mean, what are you going to do? Fucking cash in your opponent for somebody better?
I think he's
Hey, bro,
good.
you play the games that are fucking given to you.
Like I think he's good. I just don't think he's dominating.
You know,
I'll tell you what. I think if anything,
but Stafford.
If anything, go ahead, Havoc.
Stafford clearly showed. I didn't see much of it this game, but the last game, he clearly showed he's way older, but has a way stronger arm than Goff. Like that
absolutely.
deep threat is that deep
I mean, that's
threat
a
helps
given.
that team a lot.
I mean, that's his calling card is a strong arm.
Right.
All right, Mo. Mo,
honestly,
let's get to it, Mo.
This is your life. Take the stage, Mo.
35-0. I'll tell you what. I that might be the most blowout of all time. I thought the Bills looked like shit. I thought the offense looked like shit. Tua went down early. They brought in Jacoby Brissett, and he looked like shit. I thought Josh Allen looked like shit. But I do like the fact that we had 3 rushing touchdowns, not from a quarterback. That's got to be the first time, and I think I was talking to Bill. I think it's the first time since Thurman Thomas we had 3 rushing touchdowns. Go ahead, talk about him, buddy. Talk about him.
Man, so I'm not gonna lie to you. So obviously, being a Bills fans, we really don't. It's probably similar to Browns. We really don't blow teams out. So the fact that we had a 35-0 win, I'm thinking we're gonna have stats galore. But Josh Allen went 17 of 33. So I don't know what that percentage is, but it's probably one of the lowest in the league.
Just over
Little
50%.
better than half.
Yep, okay, thank you. Okay, he had 2 touchdowns for 213 yards. He overthrew Emmanuel again. It was just disappointing because honestly, if it wasn't for our defense, it could have been a different game. Parker dropped a game-changing touchdown. He was wide open and he dropped that. They had drops. I think they said they had 7 or 8 drops, so they weren't doing Brissett any justice. So to be honest with you, I'm happy we won because we got the W, and I don't want to be 0-2 in the league. But it's just disappointing.
Go. Sorry.
Nick, are you on like a 20-minute delay? That was like 5 minutes ago.
Hulu has delay.
Oh my God. Get rid of that shit. You can see it in John's background.
Hulu's behind by about 1 solid.
Go ahead, Mo. I just muted him.
He's too much. But it's just all around disappointing because I really was expecting Josh Allen to make a comeback, and all he did right now is make these people, the national media, kind of then hate on him a little bit more and say he's the Josh of old and not the Josh of new, which the Josh of new is supposed to win the MVP this year. So I'm not looking forward to watching the shows about his stats and his completion percentage and so on and so forth. So it's just disappointing in that end, but we got all season, I guess.
You know, I was excited today, and I was texting you earlier. I was excited to watch the Pittsburgh game because I wanted to see how good Pittsburgh was so we could compare. Like, if their defense was dominant, I was going to give Josh a pass for week 1. And then we'll get to that game soon, but it wasn't the case. They were dog shit. And now I don't know. I'm confused on what Josh we're seeing right now. The hell?
But I don't want to give up on him yet, though. So I get it. I think that it kind of brings concerns because once again he did miss a couple throws, but I'm not ready to say he isn't the 60% completion Josh that we had last year. You know, I think that he's got to do better, and he knows it. And I'm glad the running game's semi back, but he's got to do better.
I hate how the Buffalo Bills use their running backs. I can't stand it. I think Singletary's a good back. I don't know why they don't use him. And honestly, this isn't even me trying to put a fantasy player out there. I don't know why they don't use him. I think he's a good back.
Yeah.
It depends on what they're looking for. You always discredit. Like, players have to fit the system. That's just you just want a running back to just run the ball any which way that they have to, bro. They have to fit the scheme. It has to work that way.
Singletary has never not looked good.
Well, they're not using him.
He had a little bit of a fumbling problem at one point in time, but
there it is right there. Some coaches don't value that shit.
But I don't think that's been an issue for like the last couple of years.
Yeah, but I don't think he's never broke. I think I want to say he's never broke over 700 yards in a season.
Yeah, because they refuse to use him.
No, last year was the only year that we kind of started passing, and Josh Allen had to use his arm. The years before, which he was on our team, he's not as good. He's just an average running back. That's it. And maybe it's a system, but that's where he's at, and that's where I expect to put him.
I don't know.
I'm
They're
all-
only running the guy,
Are you talking about like
the
Are you talking about the accuracy issues that Allen had before he started putting it all together?
Well, yeah, but we didn't put because we didn't. The Bills didn't place the game on his arm. We did it with the running game and a little bit of his arm because we knew
Right.
his accuracy issues.
So is Singletary like a pass catching back or just strictly?
No.
No,
No.
I'd say he's a little bit of both, though. I mean, right now he is.
Yeah, he can catch them. I mean, he's not a guy that specifically is like he's going to be your pass catcher, but he can receive as a back. He's
Between
fine.
him and Moss, he's probably the one that's going to be the third down catching back.
It seems like they have a hard on for Moss.
I don't.
It
I
seems
mean,
like
look, guys,
Buffalo Bills-
last year, like Mo was saying, last year was pass happy. If you look at the numbers from today, Mo already said it, 17 of 33. Last year, the reason why the Bills dominated, and maybe I use that term loosely, I guess dominated, but the reason why they were so good is because Josh Allen was thrown for 50, 60 times, maybe not 60, but that's all he did plus his legs, and their defense dominated. This year, they're starting out. Singletary's got a touchdown in each game. I don't know how many rushing attempts he had these last couple of games, but it seems like they were focused more on the run and not so much from Josh Allen, right? And maybe that's – I mean, I don't know if the game plan has changed or if that's just the way the game flow has gone, but they definitely need to get back to Josh Allen because he was MIA in games 1 and 2.
I mean,
All
I
right.
think Singletary only had like 8 rushes. He just broke a big one.
Let me ask you, Mo and Tony. Week 2, right? Are you over? I mean, like, are you guys? What is it like? How do you cash in like week 2? It's a 35. It was a 35-0 game, Mo. And you said you were disappointed. You guys dominated the game, right? I mean, as far as you're concerned, dude, it's a win. But what do you want to see more out of your Bills aside from Allen getting back to the throw? Because I think it's early. I think maybe he needs to settle in. You know, the fans are at full capacity now. You know, I don't know about if the Bills had any problem with the. Well, no, you guys were at Miami, so it just. Do you guys feel like fans now full capacity?
So-
Do you think they're having an effect on the game? I mean,
Yeah, so I was going to mention. So back in the day, or a couple of years ago, we were happy just to get a win. So you're right. We would have been happy to be at 35-0 versus a division, supposedly a division contender. We would have been happy just for the win. But we're not happy for wins anymore. We are excited for
Move on.
playoffs beyond playoffs. We are
Buffalo and
expected to make
Cleveland move on to bigger and better things.
No, not
Can you
Cleveland.
let him
Don't add
fucking talk?
Cleveland. Whoa. Nick, do not add Cleveland to my mix, please.
I will add
Cleveland is
Cleveland.
not
This
at
is
our
in the
level
same
yet.
boat, buddy.
Okay?
We're in the same boat, buddy.
No, we're not.
Don't
So,
act like the Bills are. Don't act like the Bills have had
Buffalo
somehow more
expected-
success.
Buffalo's expected to make the Super Bowls this year. They were picked to make the Super Bowl this year because of what we accomplished last year. We have all of the same pieces, and we added Emmanuel Sanders. There is no reason why we shouldn't meet that expectation. So why I say we failed is today did not look like we were at that expectation, or even we were just probably worse than we were last year when it comes to
yo,
that.
you
And
got
that-
listen, Mo. You got to take the expectations and stick them in a vase and put them on the mantle, because last year was last year, bro. Listen, the Niners have been preaching that since 2019, and then last year happened, right? Everybody, look. When you make a run to the AFC Championship game, right, and you fuck it up, and you can't. Your expectation of going back to the AFC Championship game, that's your goal, but like you got to establish the run. You guys have to get pressure on the edge, right? Are you guys getting pressure on the edges?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we had.
So
I think it
you
was
took
5
Tua out of the game today. You crushed him. Who hit him?
Russo. I think it was.
Was it?
Yeah, 91.
Tony was never crazy about Rousseau in the draft, and I was like, yo, I think he's actually going to be a pretty good defensive end. So I was kind of happy to see it that you guys got that, because you guys needed a pass rusher on the edge. So did you
But I'm
think the
telling
game
you,
would have
Doug-
been any different if Tua hadn't gone out?
No, because I'm not a believer in Tua, to be honest with you. I'm
Well, I
sorry.
mean-
I don't. But I think it would have been a different game if Brissett's receivers didn't drop passes. I mean, they dropped crucial third down touchdowns, crucial passes that would have changed the momentum of the game. Even though it was 35 zip, I'm telling you, it would have been different. But
That was the closest 35-0 game I've ever seen in my life. Their offense, I think their offense outplayed our offense.
Yeah.
If you could believe that on a 35-0. And we didn't have any defensive touchdowns. So it was 5 touchdowns, and I still think their offense played
Can I
just
say
as
one
good as
thing?
ours.
one more thing, I'm sorry, because we're talking about the Bills, and we ramped on for Browns for a little bit. No one really gives a shit about the Browns.
No, bro,
So-
this is what this show's for you guys, bro. It's to bring on guys from respective teams and have a reaction to your game, bro. That's what the show's really about.
appreciate
Not
it.
whether the fuck I watched it. But that's fine. Yeah.
So I'll tell you the other thing is Stephon Diggs. So that man can play. He can ball.
Mhm.
The difficult part that we have is Allen didn't give him the ball. And when he did, he just closed his eyes and threw it. And it was like
Across his
50-yard
chest.
Yeah. Well, no, that was a touchdown. But the
Yeah,
other
it was
one-
pretty
the other
dope.
was-
It was pretty dope.
The other one was 60 yards down the field. He just threw it and it was short, and Diggs had to come back and get it. But that's what you should be doing. Like, that should be your go-to man. There's a reason why you pay him millions and millions of dollars. Get the ball in that man's hands. And they didn't do that.
I did
know
not,
that.
Izzy.
I did not know that.
I didn't, but
That's kind of
I'll
crazy.
take your word for it.
What's good, D? What's good, my brother?
Oh, D.
The
Big
Beyond.
D. Big D's in the house. Go ahead,
I
Havoc.
think Bills fans should be happy about this game, just because like the thing with the Steelers is Tomlin's kind of like Sean Payton, where like they always are very well prepped for the first week of the season, like game plan, but also the Steelers like can get pressure without blitzing if they need to, and you guys are kind of like the Browns, but in a different way. You don't like the Browns don't have a scheme to pass very well, like built into their scheme for multiple reads, and you guys don't have a scheme to run the ball. Like, you don't scheme it. Like, you're very pass heavy in your scheme. So that will be trouble if you play a team again like last year with the Titans or even the Steelers that will sit back and ignore your run and play you that way. Like that's
Yeah, but
still
then you
gonna be a
guys were
problem
playing
possible.
catch up at the end of the game. I mean, listen, if you guys had like 3 more minutes, you can make a game out of it, right?
Yeah.
That's true.
You know, I mean, you sat back and ignored the run, but then you guys played catch up after the second half. And it was kind of crazy. I told Nick, I was like, "Yo, they're coming back," and he's like, "We got this shit."
That game was never in doubt.
Yeah, but I think
that's not what he's.
Sorry,
That's not what
that-
he's trying to
that game was
say.
Never in doubt.
Yeah, that's not what he's trying to say.
I'm
See,
referencing
because-
week 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm talking about what John was talking about. He was talking about the Cleveland Titans game last year.
And
You know
so
what?
are Havoc and I. Welcome to the conversation.
I said last week they played the Steelers. A couple things didn't go their way. And I was like, you know what? All my questions are going to be answered next week at Miami. Next week came. I still have the same fucking questions as week 1, but now we're 1-1. So I'm cool with that. Well, now next week we'll see what the question some of my questions get answered next week. I want to move on to the this game.
Let's make this one quick.
Yeah, let's make this one fucking quick.
The Rook
Patriots.
had a rough day.
Patriots 25, Jets 6. Anything else need to be said about this? There was 4 interceptions. Did he end
the
up
one
with,
thing? The one thing I'll say is, Tony, you had mentioned earlier about what's his name throwing back-to-back interceptions. I'm pretty sure Zach Wilson did the same thing. He was 0 for 2 with 2 interceptions.
He had 4 on the day.
No, I know,
yeah.
but I'm saying literally his first 2 passes were interceptions.
Yeah, but don't you guys give him a pass? He's a rookie on a shit team, new
I don't
coach.
give the Jets a pass for taking him as the number 2 pick. That's the problem.
I won't necessarily say I'll give it a pass, but it is to be expected that the Jets are going to have troubles.
I'm happy.
Belichick against rookie quarterbacks?
Yeah.
I don't know what the
Yeah, he
record
gets a
is.
pass for that.
but it ain't good.
No.
It ain't
He's
good.
only lost one game to a rookie quarterback that I know of, maybe two.
It's probably Ben Roethlisberger or something.
No, it wasn't even Ben. It was like somebody like last couple of seasons ago. Like
Oh,
maybe
really?
5 seasons
Mahomes. I
ago.
think it might have been Mahomes, wasn't it?
Might have been Mahomes. I think yeah.
Okay.
Either Mahomes or Lamar Jackson, maybe. I don't know.
But he wasn't.
Yeah,
wasn't-
actually, I think it
a
was
rookie,
Lamar.
Actually, that's
Oh yeah, because he sat for a year.
yeah,
Yeah, Mahomes didn't
That's
start
true.
right away.
yeah.
Did Lamar didn't either? Did he?
Yeah,
I think Lamar
Well,
started
Lamar
like,
came in.
the last
Yeah.
4 or 5 games of his rookie season, and they won.
I think it was
all
like
those
6 or
games.
7
Yeah, something like
because they
that.
benched Flacco.
Yeah. Let's. Should we just?
Yeah,
skip?
Melissa,
Yep.
Izzy
Move
also
on.
brings a good point up. Their starting left tackle on the Jets is also gone too. So
Was Mekhi Becton out for the season?
yeah, I don't know if he's out for the season, but he's out for a while at least. I'm pretty sure he's out for the season.
I will say
Yeah,
the one thing
Dion.
I will say is Carter. Watch out for Carter these next couple weeks. They may not be winning games, but that dude's going to be playing.
Ooh, sounds like someone got some fantasy investment on Mr. Carter.
Clayton, inside info.
Inside info. All right, Johnny. Hold on.
All right. Hold on. Let me bring Izzy on. She wants to partake in this.
That's an eagle. That's an eagle sound. If you guys didn't fucking know,
That sounds like a
got
pterodactyl.
eagle. We got fucking eagle sounds. It's the best show on YouTube, baby.
All right, Izzy. I sent
49ers
you the link.
49ers 17, Eagles 11. I was watching this game, John, just because of you. I follow the 49ers now because of you, because of Dion, because of Izzy, because of our crew that we got here at the Locker Room Rant. And I'll tell you what, fuck me, they're hard to watch, buddy. I mean, these screen passes after fucking screen pass. I can't watch that offense, buddy.
Dude, that's what happens when you have a quarterback that has deficiencies and holds your team back, bro. I mean, Jimmy can't make the long balls. He can't throw the ball that you expect Josh Allen to make every single time, right? He's just not going to see it. And Jimmy stunk it up for a little bit because that's what happens, right? Hold on, Izzy. Here you go. So at the end of the day, bro, look at it this way. I told you that Jimmy has deficiencies, okay? But we also came into this game like we went into the Detroit game. We thought, all right, they're the fucking Lions, bro. They're not going to be shit, all right? We stomped them. They came back, and we squeak by with an 8-point lead, right? So we go into Philly, which I'll take a W on the road anywhere. I don't give a shit how you win it. But you saw this game, Tony. You text me and you said, bro, what the fuck is going on? And I'm telling you, Kittle was double teamed. Debo again was the stud. But I think he had only Izzy, how many yards did Debo finish the game with?
I think he had 90 some, right?
Maybe 6. Was it what? Was 6? Was it 6 receptions for 90 yards?
It was either 6 or 9.
I mean,
low
bro,
amount.
Ayuk irrelevant, right? Elijah Mitchell showed up again, right? I mean,
Did he
slow
really though?
start. I thought so.
I mean, he
I
didn't
don't
do
know why he's
terrible,
playing.
but I think he only had 60 yards or something.
So what?
John, I will say you were a few penalties away from being a really
Being
pissed
0-2.
off guy today.
Oh, Josh Norman gave up 30 yards, 2 DPIs. I think everything. I was disgusted, bro. Dude, you were supposed we weren't never Norman was never part of the plan, right? If JV didn't get hurt, we would have never been here. Did you see Diamador Lenore, the rookie?
Mm-hmm.
Lights out, bro. That kid's
Yeah,
going
he
to be
played good.
fantastic. I think he's our corner for the future, ultimately.
So I want you to really think about your offense when you have to go up against the Rams or the Seahawks are the Cardinals, you're going to have to put points on the board against those teams. And you can't fucking do it with that goddamn quarterback you have right now. I got news for everyone.
Oh, put me in cold. I'm ready to play.
Trey Lance, let's do it.
He's not ready. He is not
He's
ready.
not
I
ready.
ultimately, I don't think
Fuck
that Kyle
you.
truly believes that he's ready either, Tony.
He's
I really
not.
don't. Izzy,
Jimmy's
go ahead.
not ready. Jimmy's not fucking ready.
Go ahead.
Here's
Izzy. Answer this one for Tony. If we go up against talent, answer this. Go ahead.
Look, you want to talk about the Rams like there's something special, but we have an 4-0 streak on those assholes right now.
Yep.
4-0 with Stafford?
No.
Can you listen first and then you can criticize me?
Sorry. You're
Okay.
right.
So 4-0, that means that we shut Aaron Donald down to one pressure, one tackle that first week when we had Garoppolo. Which, guess what? Brunskill and McGlinchey were awful all last year. And they still shut down Mr. MVP of defense. So they do not scare me. Right now, Kyle has it in McVay's head, and for some reason, maybe they start off ugly, but we always end up seeming to win those games pretty easily. Even the one that came down to the 3-16 where we got lucky, week 16. The game that scares me right now is the Cardinals because they're playing lights out, and Chandler Jones is like trying to shut everybody up because he wants his money.
Yep.
And Russell Wilson, I'm sorry, but he looked like he struggled against the Titans, I think it was today. So, in our own division, around the league, yes. Because I've said it, John said it, a bunch of us have said it. Kyle's play calling lately has been beyond suspect.
Yeah, but
his runs with Lance last week, there was no pathetically reason why he did that 3 times and then just like yanked him out.
Put him in at 3rd and 20, right?
Yeah.
You know that? Yeah.
Yeah.
You
And
put
it
your
was like right up
quarterback
the middle. And it was these stupid little things where it's like part of his whole plan of like setting it up further, but there was no further. It was like today, you started off and you have Elijah Mitchell be the run and you go right at the middle of the freaking defensive line, test it out, get a yard, maybe half a yard, maybe 2 yards, or loss of yards, and then it's just like
Yeah,
you
but
give
Fletcher
up
Cox
again.
and Hargrave, they're not going to give us shit. I mean, remember last year, Izzy?
But my
They
point was,
stuffed the middle.
if you couldn't do it against the Lions, if you can't get it against Detroit, why would you start off the same exact way and then have 3 3-and-outs to begin this game? So my issue is Kyle.
Izzy,
more
we
than the
didn't convert
quarterback
a
right
first
now.
down till the 2nd quarter.
That's what I'm saying. We had 3 3-and-outs to begin the game.
We were trash, Tony. Trash. Okay.
You talking about today?
Yeah.
Today was
That's how
trash.
it started off.
We were 3-and-out, 3-and-out, 3-and-out. We did not convert a first down until somewhere in the 2nd quarter. It was fucking terrible.
I mean, I literally saw screen passes.
Yeah, but you're talking about you saw those late in the 3rd quarter.
The whole game.
Yeah, probably.
I saw him the whole game.
But that's Jimmy's bread and butter. That's what's easy for him.
Oh shit! I didn't know. I didn't know this was gonna happen. I would have watched my mouth a little bit.
I'll keep talking this shit. Don't worry about it, man. It's all love. Hey, when you win 35-0, you can talk shit. You can.
They're not happy with their 35-0 though, Dion.
No,
they're upset with it.
The fake ass 35.
I wouldn't say we're upset. I'm not saying we're upset. We expect better. That's all.
You had a lot of drops, Mo. You're talking about that game could have been, 41-0 or 49-0.
No.
It could have been.
right?
It could have been a pretty. It could have been a pretty 35-0. That was an ugly 35-0.
At least you didn't win like we did. We look like hot shit on a stick with that fucking win.
Now, John,
Jimmy out there throwing lame ducks at this worthless ass.
John, you keep saying he's doing these screen passes because he doesn't have the arm strength to get it. Get a new
No.
fucking quarterback.
No. That's not why. That's not why we do the screens. We do the screens because we just can't get receivers open. We couldn't get Kittle open today. Ayuk, irrelevant.
There were drops
Sherfield.
too.
What happened? Is he in the doghouse? I don't understand what happened. with him.
No. Okay. So
I really
let me
don't
tell
know,
you. Let me tell you exactly what happened with IU. First thing I'm gonna tell you is I'm gonna tell you about my coach. 120%. Shanahan's a fucking liar. He lies to everybody. He lies to the media. He lies to the fans. He lies to every guy. I'm pretty sure he lies to John Lynch. Maybe the only person that man doesn't lie to is his wife, and that's because she'll knock the shit out of him. But the thing with that is this is how it works with Shanahan. Somebody outworks you, you can lose your fucking spot. Somebody outworked Fred Warner, he'd probably bench him. Like he does shit like that, and the issue is he's one of those people. He has this ridiculous ego because he holds on to players for way past their fucking their expiration date. He's like that guy. He opens up the milk and he sniffs. He's like, yeah, this is good. And 10 minutes later, he's shitting out of his ass and throwing up out of his mouth. Like he does that all the time. So Ayuk is not in the doghouse. The issue with Ayuk was he got outworked by Trent Sherfield. And the thing is, Ayuk is only a second year player. Yeah. And basically, hey, look, you come in here slacking, somebody comes in, they outwork you. I don't give a fuck. That guy's going to take your spot. You want your spot? Earn it. So I can kind of understand that. But the big issue, honestly, is the fact that Jimmy just can't make certain throws. And a lot of those, he missed at least 5 to 6 throws that I can remember. Basically just off of looking at some of the things he missed Sanu, and these are players that are wide open. He missed IU. He doesn't throw the ball when he needs to. That pass to Debo, that ball should have come out when Debo was making his break. The minute he's about to turn around, that ball should be on its way. Debo should be catching it and call it a fucking day.
There was problems though, bro. It was so fucking loud in there, bro, that Jimmy was calling for the snap.
I'm not giving
you could
Jimmy
see him. I'm not giving him a pass. I'm not giving him a pass, but you could see he was calling for the ball, and they weren't getting it to him.
It was loud.
It was loud, and I'm not going to give him a pass. I promise you that. It was hot garbage.
Yeah. I understand the crowd noise, but we play in Seattle every now and then. We have to deal with that. Mm-hmm. So at the end of the day, whether you got used to not playing with fans and you like a quiet stadium and all that shit, you're just going to have to suck it up and make the fucking throws. At the end of the day, that's basically what it's about. And he just can't. With the way that he played, I swear to you, if the second half would have started with Trey Lance at quarterback, I wouldn't have been surprised.
But
and
why
I'm going to tell you.
I'll tell you. Why on earth did we not see Trey not once?
Because Kyle is it's his ego, man. His ego is shining through. Kyle's trying to prove when Jimmy's on the field, we win. Let's roll with that narrative. Let's stick with that narrative. I'm going to tell you this. At the end of the day, if he plays like that against Green Bay, we're going to be fucked. Because let me tell you something. Aaron Rodgers, even though he played like,
Darius Smith is out.
I understand that Darius is out, but that still doesn't stop the fact that they have great DBs. They got good DBs. They got good safeties. And so if we're throwing the ball, that's basically what it's about. Now, we could run the ball down their throats with Elijah Mitchell because I think he's going to be fine and Hasty's fine as well. But the issue is when it comes to that game against Green Bay, if Aaron Rodgers decides to get back on his shit, we're going to be fucked. Why? Josh Norman ain't covering Devontae Adams, and you sure as hell ain't putting Diamador Lenore on him because he's going to get himself killed. Because Devontae Adams is a whole freak of a receiver. This is not just your regular, typical run-of-the-mill guy. Yeah.
All right. What really pissed me off more than anything today was the hit on Trey Sermon on his very first play.
He got hit.
And the guy lowered his helmet into his head. And then his head whacked against the field. Is it just me, or should that be something that ejects
that
somebody
should have
when
been
you purposely lower your helmet and use it as a battering ram?
The issue is I watched that replay. None of that was intentional. The one thing that I give players is there are certain times where you cannot stop the momentum of your body. That bullshit call on Jimmy Ward for the unnecessary roughness
hitting
on Jay.
Jalen on the outside. Yeah, I know.
Like you don't know if he's going to stop running or not. And he didn't do anything to injure him, so why is there a flag? But on that one where it's Trey Sermon, I watched that several times because they showed it a few times.
Mm-hmm.
That there was no intent. It's just the way that shit happened. So when I see plays like that, I give people a pass because there are times where you can't. Remember what happened with Kerry Hyder last year? The motherfucker basically did a somersault over the quarterback, barely touched him, and they threw a 15-yard flag.
He did that somersault to avoid the hit.
No.
To avoid it. Yeah, and still got the flag.
Street against Drew Brees that had that huge penalty.
Yeah.
So I have one question for you guys. For John, Izzy, and Dion. You have Kyler Murray, Matthew Stafford, and
Russell Wilson,
and Jimmy G.
Yeah,
he's the bottom of the rung. Like what
do you know? Do you guys think you can contend for that division without putting Trey Lance in the game?
Yes. I can say that. I can say that. Yeah. The only difference in what you said right there is the fact that Matthew Stafford is there. The offense that Matthew Stafford is running is no different than the same shit they've been running the last couple of years. And the same time Deshaun McVay becomes Kyle's bitch. We're not going to be worried about that. The only difference with Stafford is he can make throws that Jared Goff can't. So for me, I can say yes. And the thing is I honestly see us sweeping the Rams and splitting with the Seahawks and the Cardinals. Okay, you're shaking your head no up there, guy. I don't know your name.
That's
nice to meet
Havoc.
you, brother.
That's Havoc.
That's Havoc. Oh, Havoc. Oh, I hear your name all the fucking time, my guy. Talk to me, Havoc. Talk to me, bro. I like
okay.
This guy.
I'm gonna say, first off, I don't get 49ers fans complaining about the screen game. It's a big part of Shanahan's offense. Like McVay even copies it and does it all the time.
No, it's understandable.
Second off,
yeah, it's what it is. It's just for Yak. It's all about Yak. That's why he does it.
Second off, I think if you're a 49ers fan, it's time to hit the fucking panic button because you have two half quarterbacks. You have a quarterback who can make the touch passes that Shanahan wants in his offense, but can't throw deep. And then you got Trey Lance with a big arm, but he cannot make those touch passes yet. That's why Shanahan's not going to put him in. So the defenses will just adjust to either one they know how to play. So I do think it's time for the 49ers to panic right now.
I wouldn't say panic, only based off the fact that we're 2-0. It's time to panic when we look like hot shit on a stick.
You played like two of the worst teams in the league.
It didn't make a difference. We still scored 41 points last week. That was the most in the league, and we went ahead and held this team outside of the Buffalo Bills blanking the Dolphins. I think we had like the lowest numbers to give up to a team on defense. So I'm not worried like that. I don't need to hit the panic button right now.
You let the Lions score 30 points.
I don't give a shit. I let the Lions score 100 points as long as we scored 101.
We had guys pulled in the last 2 minutes.
To win. A
garbage time points.
Wait, who's the next team you play? Who's the next team you play?
The Packers at home. The Packers at home. All right, that's our home opener.
If Aaron gets right, that. No, I mean, I think if you guys face a more competent offense, I think you guys are in trouble right now.
The only difference,
I think your Titans are in a panic mode because Derrick Henry couldn't move last week, and that was a big freaking problem.
He put up 182 yards, 237 purpose
today. He destroyed.
I said last week, John. I didn't say anything about this week.
What I'm saying is you can't say week one's weird. You can have those weird games, but 2 weeks in a row, you guys play bad teams, and seeing what your offense can't do is a problem.
Yeah, but I mean, Havoc, you guys couldn't run Henry last week to save your soul.
Well, like you said, Chandler Jones paying for that contract.
That's true.
To be honest with you,
but we can't sit here and make excuses on other players' contract years. All we can say is week 1, week 2. These are I mean, the Niners are winning on the road, bro. I mean, you should struggle on the road. I don't give a damn. Look, the Lions have been underestimated. I will tell you that because the Niners have a top 5 defense. So the narrative that the fucking Eagles are garbage and the Lions are garbage is not a fact. Like,
wait, hold on.
They're above average. Dude, the worst team in the league is Jacksonville right now.
Time out.
Damn it, Jets.
When the fuck?
I think that Dan Campbell is coaching up the Lions pretty good.
I know. I
Hey,
like
wait.
it. Time out. When the
Yeah.
fuck did Detroit? When the fuck did Detroit get a top 5 defense?
No.
No, he's
The
saying,
Niners are
he's saying the
top 5
Niners are
defense.
top 5 defense.
Continue.
Oh, okay. Okay.
My point is
Yeah.
this.
No, wait,
y'all
John, I got-
freaked out, huh?
I got a
Y'all were
serious
like,
question.
what the fuck is John smoking?
John, I got a serious question for you, John, right now.
All right.
Because technically it's an adapted system similar to Shanahan's that Tannehill played in the last few years. Would you not take Tannehill in a heartbeat to replace Jimmy or Trey Lance if you could?
No.
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 What are you talking about?
No,
he
why
can
would
throw
I-
way deeper than
No.
throw
I
way
don't
deeper than
want-
Garoppolo.
let
No,
me
what?
tell you-
Havoc.
let me tell you
Hold
something.
on. Let me
Go
answer
ahead,
this
John.
real quick. Let me answer this. Shanahan's system is not predicated on the long pass. It's just not. All right. Shanahan's system is, and even with a competent quarterback, one that could throw the ball long, he's still going to take dink and dunk passes. The system is designed on yards after the catch. So everything's going to happen behind the line of scrimmage, right? Jet sweeps, screens, the middle of the field, just behind the linebackers. We're just going to dink and dunk at a high percentage to extend the drive and move the chains, right? So the system is not about throwing 45-yard bombers. It's just that's not what we're going to do. Our receivers are not speed. We don't have speed receivers. So we take what we give, right? We take what we're given, and we just move the chains. Now, if you want to give me Tannehill, what does Tannehill bring to the system that Jimmy? If I could have a quarterback in the league right now, I want Stafford. I wanted Stafford, right?
I mean, I get
theoretically,
that.
I wanted Stafford over Tannehill.
But ever since Tannehill took over, he's way outplayed Jimmy Garoppolo. I mean, the only reason they got
Yeah,
Jimmy was they
he
ran
has.
the ball. They didn't trust
yeah, but
him.
you also have Julio Jones, AJ Brown. You have Derrick Henry. I mean,
And your system is made that way.
your system is designed. You're an air raid offense, even if you don't want to admit it. That's what it is.
But we're still a Shanahan system. We just adapted because we have receivers that we can throw deep to. But even on short passes, Tannehill has outperformed Garoppolo since he took over in 2019. Period.
I'm sure.
Put it like this. When it comes, if you're asking me, because you mentioned Garoppolo and Lance, did you not?
Mhm.
Yes.
You said, would you take Ryan Tannehill over either? I'll tell you why. I'm not gonna. Did Ryan Tannehill outplay Jimmy G over the time frame? What you're speaking is the truth. But I'll tell you this: I wouldn't take Ryan Tannehill over Trey Lance. Trey Lance has way too much upside. He's a lot younger, and at the same time, for me, it's like this: that offense is predicated off of the run. If Derrick Henry doesn't ball out, y'all don't ball out, as evidenced by what happened week 1. Now, week 2, what y'all do? Y'all came up and y'all played a shit defense. And I'm keeping it a buck. Everybody knows Seattle defense is fucking trash. We all know that. The only person on their defense is worth a dime is Bobby fucking Wagner. That's literally it. And once you get outside of Bobby Wagner, there's a ton of question marks everywhere else. Even Jamal Adams isn't as great as everybody makes him out to be. So Derrick Henry ran wild.
Tackles, by the way, today. Just an FYI.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, look at that. And name the next dude who had that many tackles on that squad or even had double digits. You probably can't find one. Bobby Wagner has been the mainstay. He's the only one left over from the Legion of Boom era. But I don't want to sit talking on the Niners all night. I love talking football in general.
Same.
At the end of the day,
respect
it's a fucking W. We're 2-0. I don't give a shit what everybody else thinks. If your team ain't 2-0, don't say a fucking thing because you can't talk.
Hey, Dion, can I ask you one last question about the Niners real quick?
Yeah.
What did you think about special teams today with Hufanga and Kinlaw making that blocked punt?
Talanoa Hufanga is an amazing kid. I wish they would have played him at linebacker. I see him being a safety hybrid linebacker. And special teams was on point. Mitch Wisnowski was doing the damn thing, and I wish that Mitch would be able to get a hit because out of every punter in the league, let me tell you right now, ain't a punter in the league that hit like mine. Guarantee. Mitch Wisnowski will lay your little special teams dude out. Don't come running up that gut and you see that
better
Aussie,
be.
that big rugby motherfucker.
We drafted
will
that
hit you.
dude in the 4th round, so he
So
better
what?
be
He's
special.
doing his job.
He is.
I
I'm
don't
not
care.
hating on him. I'm not hating.
Yeah,
on him.
but
I'm not.
put like this. As long as we didn't pull an Al Davis and draft a fucking kicker in the 1st round, aka Seabass, even though he's one of the greatest kickers of all fucking time. As long as we don't do that shit, I'm okay. Moving on rapidly. Oh, this was definitely a fucking surprise. This guy. He working the
Now,
sound
why
right
was
now. He working
why
the
was
sound.
Bush
I like
and
it,
the other guy out before the game even started?
I have no idea. All I know
I don't
is I don't know if the Raiders. So I was supposed to have a Steelers guy on tonight. Our buddy Dan. He's a Steelers fan, and at 1:00 he said I'll be on the show tonight to talk to Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
At 4:00 he said I ain't coming on that fucking show talking about this goddamn team tonight. So
you got to show up, win or lose, man. You got to show up, win or lose. You got to just grab your balls and show up, win or lose, man. I believe me, I take beatings from people when we fucking look like hot garbage. So there's plenty of people out there that just do it. But I definitely I picked the Steelers to win this game. I did not think the Raiders were going to come out and do what they did. I did not. Especially missing Josh Jacobs. But hey, man, look, Las Vegas, they must be feeling the luck of the fucking, Vegas gambling spirit or some shit, because these motherfuckers went 2-0. And that game, that first game against the Ravens was great entertainment. That was amazing football.
It was a good game.
And
the Raiders look legit. And I think it's time to start believing. I mean, this is the same old, I almost say the same old Steelers, 11-0, just like you talk about the Bills 35-0. You start 11-0 and then you lose all those games. They have a completely new offensive line and they still can't run the ball. I mean, they can't do it anymore.
I'm gonna destroy your belief phase. Let me tell you. I'm gonna give you this, and this is gonna hit home for a ton of fucking people. Believing that the Raiders are going to wind up with the winning season and go anywhere near the fucking playoffs is like my dad actually showing up when I was a kid when he said he was going to. It's not going to fucking happen.
God damn, Dion.
I didn't go that far, but I tell you what, they look good. I mean, they beat the Ravens, and now here are the Steelers. Now the Steelers may be pretenders. We all thought that going in, at least the people that I know may have thought that going into this year, but I tell you what, they look good. Derek Carr looks like
Derek Carr. I really believe it.
Wait,
I still don't think John Gruden knows what the fuck's going on over there in Vegas. However, I believe that Derek Carr is the driving force to that team. I mean, literally. Dion,
I heard that shit.
Dion.
The Raiders have football written all over them.
Tony, you've gotten so much better with the sound effects.
I'm a fucking killer. I'm a fucking killer on these sound effects.
No, I'm not. I just don't. I don't think their team's that good, and they haven't really super impressed me, even in both those wins.
I mean, they beat Baltimore.
The first win that was impressive because that was a great game. Like I said, that was just good football. I'm curious, Havoc. They are in the AFC along with with pretty much the rest of the panel. You're an AFC guy. What do you believe in the Raiders?
Absolutely not.
There we go.
And
That's the fuck I'm talking about.
There's several reasons. I saw this win coming against the Steelers. I was like, they're going to win this game because under Gruden, the Raiders have been notorious for starting like 6-2, are 7-3, and then implode the second half of the season. So I saw this win coming, but they've always started hot.
I was happy to pick this when we were going through it.
I love it.
What?
Yeah, this just makes sense.
They the Steelers suck today, but I did talk to Dan, the guy that was supposed to come on. I talked to him last week, and I said, "How do you think they're going to do against the Raiders next week?" He said the Raiders always play the Steelers tough. Always. No matter how great the Steelers team might be one year, no matter how shitty the Raiders might be one year, they always play the Steelers tough.
They beat them the last time they played.
It's like us with the Cardinals. That little pesky red fucking bird, it just won't die. It's like you shoot it a million times, that little bastard keeps flying. And
I would
that's why
think it's more like us versus the Eagles. You don't play them often, but they play you hard.
It's very true. And you know the crazy thing, every time I see the Raiders, the only thing I can think is that the head coach and the fucking owner have the same dumbass haircut, and they both look fucking like just dipshits.
They do look like some dickheads.
Oh my god!
All right, we gotta step it up here.
Does anybody know about TJ Watt surgery?
I'm fucking done.
Yes, the Panthers won.
Saints 7, Panthers 26.
Yes.
Didn't see that coming. I thought famous Jameis was going to keep it rolling, and he showed the fuck up to show out who he really is. Interception fucking machine.
How many picks did he throw today?
I think he threw about 2 or 3, if I'm not mistaken.
Kamara couldn't get anything going on the ground.
Nope.
Nothing. Panthers just balled out.
Panthers bullied them today. They fucking bullied them.
And Christian McCaffrey came through and let y'all motherfuckers know why he's one of the best running backs in the goddamn league.
Yeah. Tell you what, even Donald's looked good through 2 weeks. I'm surprised.
He
New
actually
scenery,
looked
he actually
okay.
looks halfway decent.
Right. Yeah, he actually looked okay.
Nick, do you want to say anything, Nick?
Well, there's been a lot of chatter going on.
You're frozen, Nick.
He's frozen too.
You're frozen.
Like,
Hey,
look at his
leave him
face.
in.
His
I
facial
like
expression.
the look. Leave
His
him in.
facial expression as he's frozen
Leave
right
him
now
in.
is fucking priceless. That shit is hilarious.
That's the face he makes.
You got to screenshot that shit
Classic
and make it the face of your YouTube.
He looks like he was going through the Would You Rather, and he's about to have his one weekly shit his pants.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, fuck.
You know what? Saints sucked. Panthers beat the shit out of them. Let's move on.
Very true. Very true. That's all you have to say about that.
That's it. We got Broncos and Jaguars.
I'm glad that the Broncos pulled it off. Nah, you're still frozen there, buddy. You got to start moving again.
Bro, that's lovely.
Yeah. Havoc says you're about to shit your fucking pants right now.
Yeah.
Look, he's got the pose like when you're on the toilet and it's like you're trying to hold it. You're like, oh,
yeah.
Oh, God, oh. And you're like, all right, this is going to be a big one. You just hear that splash and you feel the cold water right on your ass cheeks.
Havoc.
Guys, this just got to be a game.
Havoc.
KC in Baltimore.
Browns got a Brown.
Yeah.
Broncos.
He had to drop the Browns off at the Super Bowl.
Havoc. Broncos 23, Jaguars 13. Jaguars in your division. What would you take away from this game? Anything?
I did get to see a bit of this game because I went back and forth between the Colts game. Jaguars actually looked a little better than I thought compared to how good the Broncos defense is. Broncos, I'm not sold on them though, considering the two opponents they beat, the Giants and now the Jaguars. So
yeah, they beat trash opponents.
Yeah. I don't think their offense is potent enough when they go against a better team or a better defense.
No,
they're not fucking with the Raiders. They're not fucking with the Chiefs. And they're not fucking with the Chargers. But yeah, I understand. They played whack ass fucking teams. Like, what do you expect? If they would have lost, you probably wouldn't have even. You'd have been more surprised because you would have been like, well, if you would have lost, you might as well have started Drew fucking Lock. But you start Teddy Bridgewater, you get a couple of dubs. I mean, hey, it's versus shit teams, but anybody's going to take the win, whether you win by 1 or you win by 100. But
that's how I see it. That's how I see it.
2-0.
Denver's defense is pretty solid.
2-0 against a couple
when
of
is
shit
Urban Meyer
teams.
going to get sick?
Yeah.
I would love to see Nick try it.
Urban's gonna bounce here pretty soon. He's gonna have some kind of something's coming up. He's gonna get sick. He's gonna bounce.
Hey, John, did they show the flip yet?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
They did.
You know what he's gonna do? He's gonna pull, and hopefully he does this because this is why I respect Nick Saban so much. Nick Saban knew he wanted to leave and go back to college football, and he put all the Miami players in and had a special meeting with them specifically. This wasn't it for anybody else, and let them know what the fuck was going on. That's why he's well respected there in Miami, because he said, hey, look, this ain't for me. Taking my ass back to college. This is what I'm doing. And Urban, what did he do? And I think that's right there. Look at what's on the screen, guys. He's going to take his ass. He's going to take his ass to sunny Southern California. And you know the crazy thing, I'm from LA. Do you guys know where USC is? Smack dab in the middle of the fucking hood. And I'm talking about hood. I'm talking about the Hoover Crips. Like they USC I'm talking straight ghetto to hood, like grimy and dirty. And these motherfuckers built a fucking prestigious ass goddamn college in the middle of the goddamn hood. But then, now they trying to gentrify the motherfucker, so it's a little bit different. But believe you me, there's still some ghetto shit going around at USC. So, but yeah, he'll do that. He'll leave because he's not. Urban even came out and said himself, like, I don't know what to tell them when we lose because it's not something that I do. Like, I don't do that shit. Like, I don't lose nothing. So what speech am I supposed to give these motherfuckers? Hey, good game. You guys suck monkey testicles this game. Let's try not to do that again. I don't know. Like,
you know what's frustrating though? You know what's also frustrating though is when you get all the national media and they'd be talking about how this is his first year and they're supposedly already lost the locker room. Like that shit. I mean, he didn't even. How do you have a time to even get in the locker room?
Had a racist.
That's pathetic.
Racist coach on the when he had a racist coach. When he brought in all that bullshit, dude. Urban was under the microscope before the season even started with some speculative bullshit.
Drafting ETN.
Yeah, that was
Yeah, he's gonna fucking quit. He's gonna quit. If there's any Jaguars fans listening, the guy is going to quit on your team. I promise.
There we go. He's back. Look, we saw his hand move.
I forgot to plug in my camera, so it kind of died on me.
What a coincidence.
I want to hear you go off on Urban Meyer.
Yo, that's Taryn, fam.
Urban Meyer's just not a good coach. Urban Meyer, he never was a good coach. Even when he was at Ohio State. When you're at college, you can recruit. And there's some people that are just great recruiters. It is what it is. I don't know what they do to make people want to come to their team, but I'm guessing it's some illegal bullshit that they're just better at than most people. And Urban Meyer was probably better at it than most coaches. But when it comes to actually like scripting in-game calling, stuff like that, he's just not good. He's not
those are facts, bro.
He's not the worst ever, but he's not that good.
Those are facts.
He's not even a coordinator.
Tell you the truth, when you look at it, where was he at? Florida. Then he went over to Ohio State. You know what I'm saying? So you go from one winning place to another. And when you're talking about recruiting, that's truly how it works. Well, why do you think people go to LSU? Because you already know it's a gateway to the NFL. Why do you go to Alabama? It's a gateway to the NFL. Why do you go to Ohio State? It's a gateway to the NFL. Why do you go to SC? It's a gateway to the NFL. You go to schools that are going to open doors for you to be able to get where you need to go, and that's what you can sell somebody. And Urban Meyer doesn't really even have to sell much. He could just sit in the living room with your mama and sell her a bullshit dream like a pimp sells a hoe, and automatically you're committed to you're committed to Ohio State. That's just how the shit works. You know what I'm saying? And I just keep it a buck with that analogy. It's a pimp and hoe world. Pimping and hoeing been going on long before. It's been back during biblical times and even before biblical times. Okay. Yeah, at the end of the day, you either the pimp or you the hoe. And at that time, Urban Meyer's the pimp, and he makes some players as hoes. Just how it works.
But I mean, even like at places that he's coached before that, like Bowling Green. I think it was he at Utah? No, I think it was at Bowling Green.
Utah.
Even at Bowling Green.
Utah.
Was he at Utah?
Yeah.
I'm trying to look up because I didn't want to say anything that was. Oh yeah. Even at Bowling Green in Utah, he still had like pretty good players for those teams. That's not fun.
I psyched you out.
There you go.
That was a psych.
Even at Bowling Green in Utah, he had pretty good teams. He had pretty good players.
He was so mad.
That was a very unwarranted penalty box. No, but like I said, even at Bowling Green in Utah, I don't know what he does, but he can recruit.
He can.
If you want him to sell something, hire him. But if you want him to actually coach a game, he's probably not your best bet.
All right, moving on to the Vikings and
Vikings game.
Wait,
Cardinals.
I want to say one last thing about Urban Meyer. He's never been a coordinator. He's not even known as a coordinator in college. And
He's just a head coach.
He never had a I think he's never had a quarterback do anything in the pros except for I think it was maybe Carson Palmer or something, but he wasn't like under his system. Like thank God Fields got away from Fields to let him actually be like coached up by somebody.
I think his best quarterback was Alex Smith, actually.
Yeah, Smith, but he had Smith his last season, so it's not like he was he learned how to play quarterback completely under Urban Meyer's team.
Havoc makes a perfect point, but when it comes to this day, that game with the Cardinals and the Vikings was a fucking slugfest. And I'll tell you, yeah, there you go. That is the perfect sound there because they were trying to skull clap and everything, and that motherfucker, it did not work out. Even AJ Green scored a fucking touchdown. Can you imagine that? Yeah, AJ fucking Green of all people. And then the Cardinals' run game is all right. Their defense is where it's at though. Their defense is where it's at. Much respect to JJ Watt. Watt tackled what's the running back? Dalvin Cook. He tackled quick. Cook.
Somebody just commented Josh Cribbs played at Bowling Green. He played at Kent State University.
Yeah. Why was there?
There you go. Yeah. And long story. Go ahead.
Can't read, can't write, Kent State.
Kent State.
Wow. Damn. Okay. That's you should have put some shots fired on that motherfucker right there.
That Cardinals game though, that rookie Moore, man, honestly, I was watching him do that game and I went in every one of my leagues to try to pick him up. I'm not gonna lie to you. It seemed like the Cardinals offense was going through him for some odd reason in this game. And I loved it.
They the one thing that the reason I respect JJ Watt is because he wound up he tackled Dalvin Cook and Dalvin Cook seemed to be injured and he kind of went over and he got on the knee and he basically was telling him like, yo, bro, remember I don't play like that. Like I'm not that dude. I'm not trying to hurt you or injure you. And the trainers and even the Cardinals players were like, get away from him. And I'm like, don't be some bitches. He over here being polite and telling your dude like, yo, man, good game. Like, I ain't trying to hurt you. If you got hurt, I apologize. I'm just out here playing football. And y'all over here acting like some dicks. Get away. Get out of here, man. It's like, okay, so do you want me to just do what normal people do and get on the bottom of a pile and start punching motherfuckers and twisting ankles and shit? Because that's what happens on the bottoms of these piles. It's truthful. You ask any NFL player.
He was mad because he came out. He's mad because he came out his legs low. And that's what he was trying to say. If you watch the tackle, he tackled him, and when he tackled him, he landed on his ankle.
He didn't have nowhere, but he didn't. The thing is Dalvin Cook was already past him. What was he supposed to do? Try to go head up with him? You can't go up top with somebody, and he's already past you. You have to go at their legs. You have to tackle their ankles. And the issue is people who complain about that. You really think 9 times out of 10 that these people really want to try to go up top with certain people? They don't. I'm going to tell you right now, Adrian Peterson in his prime, who the fuck in their right mind would want to tackle that man? I wouldn't. I swear to God, my coach would hate me if I was on the field because I'd let him walk right the fuck past me. I'm not hitting that bastard. I'm going to go right at his ankle, his calf. I'm going at anything below his damn thighs because even his thighs are too strong. Derrick Henry. Look what happened to Josh Norman. You want to wind up getting posterized like that on national fucking television?
Yeah, but you don't. Dude, I give Norman some credit, bro. At least he went up against him. Everybody else just bounces off of him,
John,
bro.
You don't get no goddamn credit for looking like a flying fucking monkey in the air. No, you don't get credit for that shit. But
Is the North cursed?
We're-
Because
we're-
it seems that, all their games seem to come to a kicker who always misses the crucial kick at the end.
Dion, real quick, there's a story. This is right after we graduated high school. This is when Maurice Claret was in.
Oh, I remember that name.
In
Yeah.
high school, and we went to a party, and there was this kid from Ursuline that they were about to play Harding. Don't do that. So this kid was playing linebacker at Ursuline, okay? And he comes up to us. He's like, "You guys are from Warren?" We're like, "Yeah, we're from Warren." And then all of a sudden, he's like, "I'm about to play Maurice Claret, and I'm about to make him useless. He's not gonna be able to gain a yard on me." This guy, after the game, was in a neck brace.
That's it.
Guys, we're at an hour 35. We have no time for these fucking stories. We got to get to the Cowboys Chargers. Billy, if you guys have to drop off, because I know, I appreciate you guys coming on, but if we're getting too extended, you guys have to drop off for whatever reason, by all means, drop off. Billy, let's get to your Cowboys versus Chargers. Cowboys win 20-17. Entertaining game. Let's hear about your Cowboys, buddy.
So obviously, I'm happy about the win, but just total mismanagement of this game. It was just absolute nonsense. Aside from the beginning of the game, Dak played okay, but they clearly dedicated it to the run, and they need to get back to the run. Between the two of them, 30 rushes. Don't like seeing the flip-flop between Pollard and Zeke, but, it is what it is, the way it turned out, the game. But, man, total mismanagement in the last 2 minutes, and there's no reason why you need to settle for a 56-yard field goal when you have the ball for the last 4 fucking minutes. And you settle for a 56-yard field goal, and luckily, he makes it.
Do you agree? Do you agree with the comment on the screen, Bill? Pollard is the better running back right now?
I tell you what, Pollard looks good. I mean, he really does. I'm not sure what's going on with Zeke. I know last week we had some O-line issues. We had a couple of people out. I mean, I'm not going to go out and say he's better. He's looked better. I'll give you that. He has definitely looked better so far this year.
He looks more explosive. More explosive.
Yeah, I
he
think
is.
so.
Well, I mean, he's faster.
Ravens
He is
just
more
won.
explosive.
Ravens just got the first down, and I think they won. I think they just
So-
kneel it now.
So all around, I mean, obviously the game was the game. Chargers defense has been stepping up lately, even late last year. I mean, they're known for catastrophe within 7 points. I forget the stat they said. Something within 1 or 4 or 7 point games are like for the century, probably at least the last couple of years. But all in all, I'll take the win, but I'm not real happy about it.
Yeah, good game between the Chargers and the Cowboys. I honestly picked the Chargers to win that one. I just thought it was, going to be a battle like it was, but I have to say, good game. And I do think that Tony Pollard right now is the better running back. I don't know what's going on with Zeke or what happened. I don't know if he spent too much time in Cabo. He's been smoking too much weed. I don't know what's going on, but he ain't been playing the way he previously has. And he better get his shit together. Or Tony Pollard gonna come take his job, and Jerry Jones gonna look and be like, "We gave you guaranteed money. Get the fuck out of here."
Nick, go ahead.
I think Pollard's been the better running back for a while.
Yeah,
I think Pollard was a better running back last year.
Mm-hmm.
Zeke is washed out.
Yeah, Zeke's lost a step.
That's it. I think he's lost a step. I agree with you.
I don't know why he's not that old, but he's lost a step that he couldn't afford to lose.
Well, yeah, he doesn't have the line like he used to, and frankly, he's too small to play the style of running back he plays, and it caught up to him.
No, I think at one point in time he was quicker, shiftier, and him having that much power made him a great running back. But he, like I said, he's lost a step, and now he's just kind of a plotter who isn't that big.
Well,
yeah,
I will say, I
he
think
went for big hits, and it took a step out of him. He would go for contact.
I think last year the problem was they just came out with absolutely zero defense. I think they put the game in Dak's hands, and that was clearly shown the first 5 weeks, 6 weeks before he got hurt. And I think the game plan just went away from Zeke, and he's having trouble going back to it. And Pollard looks better. I'm not really sold on Kellen Moore as the OC. I mean, yeah, they put up a lot of points last year, not so much in this game. They did last week, but I just don't think they're game planning for him. The line is back intact, not like it was when we had Frederick, but we still have a good line. That can't be an excuse at this point.
How did you guys play without Collins on the offensive line?
I mean, we didn't do bad. I mean, we rushed the ball 30 times. I mean, Pollard had a good game. Like I said, he looks more explosive. I think the line's fine. I mean, Collins will be back. What is he, a couple games?
He's
5.
got 4 more games. Yeah, 5. So this is his first one. So he's got 4. He's got 4 left. Yeah. Zeke probably needs to stop wearing them fucking little halter tops, cut off shirts and shit.
Honestly, he looks bigger.
Maybe his nuts will drop back out. I don't know. They might have ran.
I think Bill. I think you're right, dude. I think Zeke's just having a hard time reestablishing himself in the system. Yeah. I really believe I believe he's lost a step, and he's struggling right now, man, and it shows.
Yep. Hey, I'm not giving up on him yet, but I'm not excited about it right now.
I have to ask, as a Cowboys fan, how do you feel about Zeke's contract now compared to Derrick Henry's for way less money?
Yeah. I mean, granted, I think I'm not a huge fan of the big contracts for running backs. We all know they don't. I mean, they have a couple years and they just take a beating, right? But obviously, their running back contracts have reestablished themselves in the last couple of years. I mean, look at Gurley. When they gave him that big contract, what did he play 1 year after that, and then he was done.
He was done.
I mean, it's can't do it anymore, and I think it's going to go away here pretty soon again.
Yeah, but can you blame these guys for getting their money? I mean, they gotta get the bag and go, bro.
I'm just happy they don't blame $100 million anymore.
You just got to be smarter and invest that money. Don't fuck that off and wind up a broke motherfucker after you get out of the NFL. Don't wind up being a Jamarcus Russell.
Yeah,
a prime example, because that motherfucker got all that money, couldn't play a lick of goddamn football, was broke as shit, and now he, look at him now doing nothing.
Pulling up in his Henry.
Good.
Yep.
He had kids with 9 different women and owed like $200,000 a month.
Oh no, bro. Oh no, you want to no? I'm gonna tell you right now. There's 2 players, and there's different leagues. One's in the NFL, one's in the NBA. NFL, Antonio Cromartie. The motherfucker got millions of kids. And NBA, ain't nobody fucking like Sean Kemp. That motherfucker got kids. Sean Kemp got like at least 30 of them motherfuckers running around.
Evander Holyfield has like 20 kids too.
Oh, for real? I didn't even know that. Well, shit, I don't think you would want anybody with him. That motherfucker can barely talk, man. I thought it was. Yeah, he hit the boy. He hit that boy, and I would say he punched him real hard. Like he dumb as shit. Them blows to the head. Boxing is a brutal sport. People, be mindful when you do it, because if the too many blows to the head, bro, you wind up. It's not good.
All right, Mr. I appreciate you, bro.
Mr. Havoc.
14 kids with 11 different women. I mean, damn, bro. And the money he made in the NBA, oh shit! Look, man, his child support gone. Like that motherfucker he ain't seen his taxes in years.
Havoc, let's take one more puff of the smoke, buddy. You got your game coming up right now. Titans.
There we go.
Seahawks game of the week. In my eyes, game of the week. Take it away, buddy.
Well, it was interesting because I was pissed that we were losing, especially because we were controlling time of possession. Like basically, we probably could have won this game without even going to overtime, except for 2 deep ball blown coverages, because they were actually only 3 for 9 or 3 for 11 on 3rd down conversions. It's just 2 blown coverage deep passes that ended up being touchdowns. There's a reason why we had to come back and win in overtime. And luckily, we stuck to our game plan, and Derrick Henry showed up in the second half and dominated with 3 touchdowns.
That's what's sad about the Seahawks. You can dominate them time of possession the entire game, but it takes them 6 seconds to throw it deep to Lockett, to throw it deep to Metcalf, and whoever the fuck that other guy was. Swain. And
Swain's on the Titans.
No, Swain's on He was number 18.
I thought you were talking about our tight end Swain.
No,
Maybe they
there's
have
a
the
wide
same last name.
receiver.
Number 18 on Seahawks.
What the hell is that noise?
Oh, that's Dion getting his hot pocket.
I muted him. Yeah, you don't need. They don't need time of possession. Those fucking Seahawks, they can strike fast. And I feel like that's all they do is throw the ball as far as he can fucking throw it, and these guys go get it and they score. It's unbelievable how fast they could strike. But your team, they hung with them, and they gutted it out, man. I thought that game was over. I thought that game was. How many points were they losing by at one point?
24-9 was the biggest deficit.
Nice.
But also the
24-9.
Dude, the refs sucked that game. They almost cost us. They cost us basically almost 2 touchdowns and a safety. Like Julio Jones was clearly in bounds if you ever go back and look at it on Twitter, and then they recalled it back, even though you can see
that was
his
terrible.
foot. Yeah, it was awful. And
That was awful.
then in overtime, when we had to punt
Safety.
on like 3rd down, yeah, it was a safety, but they blew the whistle early, so they said they stopped his forward progress, like a yard before he was in the end zone trying to intentionally ground it. So yeah. It was.
That should have ended the game. I'll tell you, that was a fun game to watch. Henry, man, I'm glad he did what he did today. What was it, like 160, 2 touchdowns?
No,
That man-
182, 3 touchdowns, and then
3
237 all-purpose yards or something like that. He had like 6
He
or 7
emphatically
catches,
said
too.
that shit. He emphatically
up.
said that. No.
But what happened with AJ Brown? How come he wasn't getting any? I didn't see any receptions from him.
He was kind of dropping the ball. Unfortunately, he dropped like 3 or 4 passes. Which
Yeah, he
I hope gets
allocated on that
corrected
one. He was about
because
to get lit up.
yeah, I
And
hope
that
it gets
fucking
corrected.
beast in the backfield was just going crazy.
Yeah. I just hope it gets corrected because I don't want it to be like last year where it's only Julio or like now with Julio, but it would just be Davis would go off, not AJ Brown or vice versa. And I hope there's a little more balance to it and gets figured out. But Julio had a great game. Julio had over 100 yards receiving, and they took that touchdown away from him.
Yeah, that was a huge win for you guys. I mean, I know there's no must wins in week 2, but that was a really big win for you guys coming off that shitty performance in week 1. You guys bounced back nice in a hostile environment, fucking flying all the way to Seattle, man. Those fans are getting nuts. You got Russell Wilson, a 24-9 lead. Not many teams come back from that. And you guys did? What the fuck, John?
And the weird thing is it was
Shit,
two,
John, you about to start a fucking seance or some shit, man. Calm down,
Gary
bro.
John.
John, is Michael Myers coming out for you right now?
For real, look, all that noise, it sounds like it too. Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now, Michael Myers is after you. You can kiss your ass goodbye. That
Bro, we just had a
that
power
motherfucker doesn't
outage,
miss.
bro.
Oh shit.
We had a power outage.
hey,
It's usually
Oh,
what
yeah, I'm
happens
sorry.
when Michael Myers strikes.
you know the crazy thing
Hey,
about this game
Mind your
too
fucking
is
business over there, bro.
the crazy thing about this game is that
Hillbilly.
there were 2 records going against each other. Pete Carroll had never lost a home opener, like he had won like 12 straight, and Mike Vrabel was 7-0 going into this game, winning after a double-digit loss. So now he's 8-0, and Carroll lost his first home opener.
There you go. Hey man, those are good facts. I
Good
gotta
stats,
show
buddy.
you this. I picked this shit up at a fucking at a antique store, but this shit is nice. It's a fucking like wine glass, the 49er one. This bitch is bad. Yeah, I had like 3 shots of Terramana when we won. We was drunk as shit earlier.
You guys, we got to hurry up and we got to get more subscribers. We got to pass the word so we can get monetized so John can pay his fucking electric bill.
I'll tell you what, that's
So
that's dedication right there. He's got a power outage, and the first thing he thinks is, "Let me go grab my cell phone and get back online."
Not that the kids
Right.
okay. Is Allison all right?
No,
Really,
He's
he's like,
back on the
How do I
show.
get back in the room?
they're come running. Dad's everything okay? I'm on the motherfucking live. Leave me alone.
you guys, last game on the slate, we got Falcons and Buccaneers, and yes, I said Falcons. because I truly believe they are on the clock.
They're not. They're not. They're not as bad as the Jags.
I think they're worse than the Jags. I think,
No, they aren't.
I think there's a better
No,
chance.
they're not. They're not
Actually-
as bad as the Jags.
The
I think
Jags
the
would
Giants-
never put up 25 on the Bucks.
I think the Giants are in the top 3 again.
The
Yeah.
Falcons
If not
were
top
actually in
2.
this game.
John, you really don't have to be on, buddy, if you got to take care of something over there.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we don't want you. We want you to be able to focus, man. And at the same time, with the way that you're breathing, I'm telling you,
That's
Michael
like
Myers
Blair
is
Witch
on your ass.
There's some
Yeah.
scary shit going on over there right now.
I'm telling you, man, because like you see how his face is like low key red and shit, but look,
That's like the Blair-
picture,
It's a
the
Blair
picks are
Witch
gonna
Project.
Blair Witch Project.
the picks are gonna be Jags 1, probably the Giants 2, and the Falcons 3. Because the Falcons
But
are
honestly,
just
I can't
they're
figure out what the
just-
problem
they're
is in
bad.
Atlanta. The last couple of years,
Their defense.
it's
Well,
I
defense
don't
is
get
trash.
it.
Hey,
It
Matt
doesn't
Ryan.
make any sense.
Horrible.
And Matt
Yeah.
Ryan is old. Yeah, he's done. He's cooked.
Yeah, he's getting there.
Goose is cooked.
I hate Tom Brady. All right, I hate him. He ruined Bill's life for 20 years. I hate
Tom Brady too. I hate that
But this
motherfucker. He's not the
man-
greatest quarterback of all time.
No, but this man this year is coming out to prove that this 40-some-year-old man can still
Yeah,
play
give a fuck.
football. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. And once again, I said I hate this man. I love watching it. Like I watched the Tampa Bay game just to see he's throwing the ball when he doesn't need to throw the ball for touchdowns, just so he can rack that up. He's going for the above 50 touchdowns this year, and I don't want him to do it, but I think it's gonna happen.
I'm going to tell you this. This is how I feel about Tom Brady. Tom Brady is the LeBron James of the fucking NFL. And the reason I state that is because LeBron always gets compared to MJ, and there's no fucking comparison. And Tom Brady is always perceived as the GOAT because he's got 7 rings. But let me tell you something. Joe Montana went to 4 fucking Super Bowls and won all 4. So, when you don't lose a Super Bowl, you can become the GOAT. When you lose a Super Bowl, you're going to be second best.
Didn't Tom Brady win 4 before he lost one?
Doesn't matter. He still lost Super Bowl. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if he had a. I don't give a fuck if he had a streak. The bastard went and he lost. He ain't
lost
shit. Joe
all-
Montana's the GOAT.
He lost all 3 of them to the NFC least.
Yeah, but Tom Brady.
Know that, dude.
John,
So annoying.
Get him off the screen.
John, get the fuck out of there, John.
John, run, John.
We got Michael Myers over here.
Everybody.
It's almost like
John,
you're doing it.
John, let me hard you.
Guys, I can't.
You
I'm
better
trying.
watch behind you because I'm gonna come over there and distract you. Yeah.
All right.
Oh my god.
Get the fuck out of there.
That was fucking awesome.
I had to grab the knife. I had to. That shit's hilarious, bro. Oh,
Honestly,
fuck.
getting back to Tom Brady real quick. I mean, I was one of the, even after all these Super Bowls, I was one of the ones that said, you know what? It's Josh McDaniels, it's Bill Belichick, it's not fucking Tom Brady. And then what does the guy do? He goes to Tampa, completely loaded with weapons, but with fucking Byron Leftwich. And not that he needs a coach, but and he just crushed all the doubters. And 2 weeks in, he's got what, 10 touchdowns? I mean, it's insane. Granted, Chris Godwin, Evans, Gronk. I mean, this is the most talented dude's ever seen in his life.
He's never had that kind of an offense around him. Tom Brady has always did everything with either Gronk and Hernandez when he had that, and his receivers have always been fucking suspect. The only receiver that I respected he had was Randy Moss and fucking Julian Edelman. Because
Yeah,
Julian
so you
Edelman
can easily
was
say
a
what he did in
scrappy
New England
one.
was more impressive, obviously. But man, this
way more impressive.
Listen, so also though, you may be right, but did you see that pass he threw to Godwin today? I mean, he
Yes.
still has it. It's not, and once again, I fucking hate Brady. Okay, but this man, I think his arm, even though I get it, he has some talent. He has an arm, and he has to be one of the GOATs. I understand championship rings. I understand all that, but at the end of the day, there's nobody like him. He is.
You know what?
amazing.
He's starting to. You could tell he's starting to have fun too. Finally, after how many years? He's in commercials. He's in commercials and shit. He's laughing, joking around with Gronk, and like doing like this little segment that they do for the Buccaneers programming. And you never saw this guy on anything like that when he was in New England.
Didn't Gronk basically? Yeah, I was gonna say, didn't Gronk basically say that Belichick was like a no fun type of motherfucker?
Exactly.
Like that's just the type of dude that he was. Like, look at him. Look at him when he talks. The motherfucker looks like Darth Sidious every time he speaks. You know what I'm saying? For your Star Wars fans out there, the motherfucker looks like Darth Sidious. That's how he sounds. He's just. It's for him. It's all about winning and getting another ring. You know, but I don't know, man. I can't. Like, for me, I've always said to myself, the Patriots are the cheapest organization in the world because there's no way in hell Patrick Mahomes should be at $500 and something million and Tom Brady has 7 fucking rings. If I won 7 goddamn rings, I tell you right now, I'd be retired, living the life up in every fucking vacation spot you can think of on a consistent basis. Because I'd be good and goddamn if I take a cut for the Patriot way. Fuck you! I brought you 7 rings to this bitch. You better give me my goddamn money.
Dude, that's what Tom Brady does. He's even doing that in Tampa, like taking pay cuts. Like he's got Giselle, like who makes like $200 million, like is worth $200 million by herself.
Yeah, bro, but
he's always done that because he wants to
sit
win.
On that? Yeah, but at the end of the day, the thing is like I get that you want to win, but at some like when you're at his age, motherfucker, you gotta get selfish. And I'm not calling you a motherfucker. I'm just saying for him. He needs to get selfish.
Yeah, he's selfish
bro.
about
You're one.
He's
What else?
He has generation wealth right now.
He
That
wants
man
the
and
rings.
his kids, exactly. That ring, the money he has right now is generation wealth, which means his kids are going to be wealthy. And because of that, it's not the money that he's really going after. He just wants the notoriety, and I will guarantee, till this day, he probably still has a chip on his shoulder that he was the worst. You know, he was the 7th rounder or whatever he was.
6th rounder.
199th pick overall.
Yeah, all that. I guarantee he still has that written somewhere in his house that he is just sitting there continuing to beat over and over again, so that he leaves the game at the highest he can, which I thought he was going to leave last year, but he doesn't want to stop.
And he'll make more money outside of the game because of his legacy than any other quarterback or NFL player ever, probably.
Yeah, you make a good point there, Havoc. I just feel like he should ask for more.
AFC fans, a question real quick.
Yeah.
How does it feel to see Lamar Jackson beat Patrick Mahomes tonight?
It means the Raiders are a little bit better than everybody's talking about.
It just shows you that the Chiefs, when they make mistakes, they lose, just like every other team.
Know that they can lose when they make mistakes because they've won a ton of games and made a ton of mistakes before and still won.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So,
John has now died. The 3 dots are there. They're just rolling. He's flatlined. Michael Myers has learned how to use social media. Oh, shit. There we go. He didn't die. He's alive.
It got real,
shit.
Bro. I don't know
we
what the hell
man.
happened, bro. The whole neighborhood was black, bro.
No, John called and paid his power bill real quick. That's why we saw his phone.
I did.
I got news for you. If John's in a horror movie, John ain't dying.
No.
What's going to happen is John's going to get turned, and he'll be one of the bad people. Like he'll be bit by a vampire and turned.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm back. Everything's good.
Why is he still coming to this show knowing that this is going to happen?
He's 1/3 of this fucking show, but you never know it.
He does this to himself, Muhammad. Always remember that. Anyone have any last words for week number 2 recap? We're just at about 2 hours, and I'm ready for bed. It was a great week.
Let me tell you guys something.
Go ahead, buddy.
I thank you all for coming and joining us. D, Izzy, Havoc, Mo, Billy. Bro, this is a good time. It's a hell of a panel. Sorry that it took so long, bro, but it's been a good time. We've had a lot of fun. Jerry, Taryn, thank you for joining us in the chat. It's been a good time, guys. Thank you for everything. Taryn, you know you're my boy, man. I appreciate all the support, my friend.
Yeah, hey, this is always fun, man. I'll come back anytime. You know why? This shit is fucking hilarious. And this is exactly how football should be taught. And if we all ever get together in the same space, we're probably going to be drunk, falling all over the fucking place. You know. No, well, wait. No. Nico, but wasn't he wasted the last one? There was one where he was like feeling himself, man. He had a couple sips. And he was just like,
that was a couple episodes ago.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I was sitting there, I was thinking to myself, like, yeah, man, you know, you feel okay. The alcohol had crept into your system there.
You and Bush Apple is not a good combination.
Maybe if Nico gets enough drinks, he can remember what play action is and other stuff like that.
Players play for the teams.
Cordero fucking Patterson, buddy. Play for every fucking team.
He did.
Yo, you guys have a lot of things to do. Billy, I know you got to be up for work. Izzy, Havoc,
can I just
Dion. I'm telling you guys, it's been real. Thank you for everything.
Final thought, real quick, just to Tony and Nick, especially.
Sure.
Something bad happened to me earlier today. John knows about it, and I had to quit Twitter for a while and just like unplug from everything. And your show this entire week after the Lions game, and especially today, has been my safe haven. So I wanted to say thank you.
Ooh.
Hey, Izzy, always listen.
Izzy, I want to tell you
support,
something. Don't let whatever anyone says on Twitter bother you. It's all bullshit.
It wasn't Twitter. It was a friend of mine attacked me.
60% of Twitter is insult bots. Don't worry.
Don't worry about it. You don't have to say it on the show.
If this was your safe haven, Izzy, then you're good.
I'm glad this brings you any sort of happiness.
There you go.
I said it to the tear faces. So.
Hey, Izzy, listen. Tony and Nick and I know that you put a lot into this show. You spread the word. You support the channel. You share everything. All your kind words and everything are accounted for. If we can bring you just a little bit of peace, it's my pleasure, okay? Don't let it get to you. Don't let anybody get to you, Izzy. You know that.
Izzy, tell Nick to fuck himself. That makes me feel better all the time.
You say anything bad about the Niners, I can't do it right now. I'm just too
don't worry. Don't worry.
Thankful.
Green Bay coming next week.
Yeah.
Don't. That might actually make me cuss you out for at least 3 straight hours because the Packer fan I live with my brother, it is not a nice time for me and the Packers.
Oh, well, you're gonna want to strangle him
that's my
next
revenge
week.
bowl.
Yeah, next Sunday night you're gonna want to strangle his ass. Yeah. That's gonna make you feel better.
He's
strangling
actually
a sibling always works. I
He's
love
actually
strangling my sisters. I
proud
don't give
of
a shit.
COVID Bowl from last year and how we've lost because all our players were out because of a false negative, and then he had a player that actually ended up playing with COVID.
Wow.
It's ridiculous.
Izzy, you're part of the Locker Room Rant family. As always, if you guys are not subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button, hit the like, give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down. We don't give a fuck. We're gonna continue doing the show. We love you all, and we'll see you probably either Tuesday, sometime during the week for the Locker Room Rant real show, and then next Sunday, hit it up again on the recap show. Until then. Peace out, everybody. Thanks for joining.
Later, fam.
Good show, gentlemen. See ya.
What the?